Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series of operating system. And today we'll be talking about paging technique of memory management. And before that, I would like to request you to like, share, and subscribe this channel in order to be able to get latest updates on this. So, today we'll be talking about one more type of memory allocation, that is called non-contiguous memory allocation, and in that we'll be talking about a paging technique which is used for non-contiguous memory allocation. So today in this lecture we'll be talking about the background of the topic, then we'll talk what non-contiguous memory allocation is, then we'll be talking what is paging, what is the basic method of implementing paging, then what are the paging models which can be used, and how addresses are translated uh, using paging, and what are the architecture used for translation of these addresses. So I will look into the background of the problem. So earlier in the contiguous memory allocation, we talked about two problems, that was called fragmentation, the internal fragmentation and the external fragmentation. So what is internal fragmentation? Suppose this is the memory, and the memory is having these blocks, one block of 100 kb, another block of 100 kb, all the blocks they are of 100 kbs, and the processes which are allocated, the first process P1 is allocated to 100 kb block and it is of 80 kb size, the second allocated process is of 90 kb size, and the third allocated process is of 100 kb size. So in this case, if you see here, 20 kb is free. So here 20 kb is free, here 10 kb is free, here nothing is free. So in this case, you'll see that this 20 kb of memory space here and 10 kb of memory space here is not available to be allocated to any process, because it can be used by only one process, and therefore this is called a internal fragmentation. In the second case, if we talk about external fragmentation, we see that here this space is assigned to some process, this space is assigned to some process. This is a free block, that of 40 kb, 10 kb free block is here, and 5 kb free block is here. So in this case, we are having a total of 55 kb free blocks available. But here, if a process P7 wants to execute it and it needs 50 kb of space, it cannot be granted, because these spaces they are not available in contiguous location, and hence this is called a external fragmentation. So these two problems, if we try to find out solutions for these two problems, so how we can solve the internal and external fragmentation, that we will be discussing, and then we will be moving on to the concept for solving this process. So we'll move to the next thing. So what are the solutions? So if you say, in case of contiguous memory allocation, internal fragmentation is hard to remove, we cannot remove, because the size of the blocks are fixed and the processes are fixed, and therefore if the process is of exactly of that size of the block, then there will not be any internal fragmentation, otherwise there will be. External fragmentation can be handled by the method of compaction. That means, suppose this is the scenario, and where this is the scenario of a memory map. So in this case, this area is occupied by the operating system, then process P1, then we have free 20 kb of space, then process P2 resides, then we have free 7 kb of space, and then P3 resides, and then we have 10 kb of space. And so in total we are having 37 kb of space free, but they are not together. So what does compaction do? Compaction tries to move all the used blocks at one side and all the free blocks at another side. So what we have to do, we have to move this process P2 here, process P3 here, and so that we'll be getting a scenario like this, where all the loaded processes comes on one side and free blocks comes on the other side. But this is not a very easy task, because we'll be requiring to stop the processes, we'll be requiring to check whether these processes can be moved from their locations or not, and then only we can move. So it is a costly process. So that was the problem with contiguous memory allocation. And there are some another possible solutions for this memory allocation. One solution is that means if I start giving non-contiguous locations to the processes, then external fragmentation will not be a problem, because if I'm having a distributed process, distributed blocks, the P1 here it is free, here it is free, here it is free, and if I have a process which requires 30 KB of memory space, so it can be allocated 20 KB here and 10 KB here. So this is how means non-contiguous memory allocation will solve the problem of this external fragmentation. Internal fragmentation cannot be exactly removed, but it can be minimized if I decide that the processes will be allocated exactly uh, blocks of exact size which are equal to the size of the process or their part. So these are the two solutions which we'll be talking about, and this is how it happens. Suppose what happens in contiguous memory allocation and what happens in non-contiguous memory allocation. So here if you see, if I'm having a process which has these three blocks, and first block, the second block, and the third block, the process is having this, and what we are having a contiguous memory allocation. So this process will be allocated a space only if it gets a contiguous. So if this is a 10 kb 10 kb and 10 kb, so it has to get 30 kb together, the only this process can be loaded. But in the second case where it is non-contiguous memory, so we are getting 20 kb here, so two blocks will be allocated here, and 10 kb here, so one block will be allocated here. And now these blocks, they are linked together just to show that they are part of the same process. So this is how non-contiguous memory allocation works. So in this case, if you see, you will find that any block which is free, suppose this is free and this is free, so it can be allocated to different processes, and hence the external fragmentation will no more be a problem in the case of non-contiguous memory allocation. So we'll see what exactly paging is. uh, so if you see what exactly what exactly paging is, we'll be seeing about this. So we can say, what is a paging? Paging is a memory management scheme that permits the physical address space of a process to be non-contiguous. Main thing is that uh, earlier we were allocating the contiguous physical address to the process, but here paging allows us to allocate non-contiguous memory blocks to the processes. Now and we have separate hardwares which can be used to handle this paging mechanism. So if you see, we have some free block of memory chunks of varying size, and we can choose the processes to be stored into that. Now how does this paging method works? The first thing is that suppose we have the physical memory. So how does paging work? It simply does one thing. First, it is divides or every physical memory is broken into a fixed size block called frame. So if I'm having a physical memory, that is if I'm having a RAM, so what we do, we divide this RAM into or memory into fixed size blocks. So every blocks will be of the same size, and these fixed size blocks are called frames. So this will be called a frame. So this will be called a frame. Similarly, the logical address space, it is divided into of exactly same size, and these are called pages. So these are called pages. ठीक है ना. So it is a logical address space LA and this one is a physical address space PA. तो PA को क्या करते हैं, फिक्स साइज ब्लॉक्स में डिवाइड कर लेंगे. इन ब्लॉक्स को हम फ्रेम्स बोलते हैं. ऐसे ही लॉजिकल एड्रेस स्पेस को एग्जैक्टली उसी साइज, मतलब उसका जो साइज होगा ब्लॉक्स का वो फ्रेम्स के बराबर होगा. एंड दीज आर कॉल्ड पेजेस. एंड व्हाट वी डू, द आइडिया इज, बिकॉज हमने प्रोसेस को स्मॉलर पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया है और हर एक पार्ट का साइज एग्जैक्टली फ्रेम्स के बराबर है, तो जब भी मैं प्रोसेस का एक पेज लोड करूंगा तो एग्जैक्ट साइज होगा और इंटरनल फ्रेगमेंटेशन नहीं आएगा. दैट मीन्स व्हाट विल हैपन, केवल लास्ट पार्ट की पॉसिबिलिटी है. प्रोसेस का जो लास्ट पार्ट है इट कैन बी स्मॉलर देन द पेज साइज. ये पेज साइज से छोटा होता है. केवल लास्ट वाला पार्ट जब लोड होगा तो उसकी साइज जो होगी वो फ्रेम्स की साइज से छोटी हो सकती है और वहां पे थोड़ा सा इंटरनल फ्रेगमेंटेशन आ सकता है. देयर कैन बी सम इंटरनल फ्रेगमेंटेशन, बट the main thing is that logical address space is divided into equal size called pages and memory is divided into same size blocks called frames. The size of the blocks may vary in the power of 2. So the size of the blocks will always be in the power of 2, and it must range between 512 bytes to 892 bytes. So this is the range in which memory spaces are divided. And what does the operating system do? It keeps tracks of all the free frames. Whatever free frames are available in the system, it keeps a track. And then if I want to run a program of size n pages, that means we need n free frames. So n free frames, they should be available anywhere, non-contiguously, and then we can load each page of the program into the frames of the memory. And then we use a page table to translate the logical address into a physical address. So this all will be seen in the next slide. So let's go to the next slide. So if you see here, if you see here, if you see here, so this is how a paging model works. In this case, what we are having, a process is divided, or the logical address space of the process is divided into 4 pages: page 0, page 1, page 2, and page 3. The size of the pages are equal to the size of the memory space. So if I am having a memory space here, so physical memory is divided into a fixed size block called frames. So we are having frame 0 to frame 7, and all of them are having equal sizes. And then the process or the program is also divided into blocks of the same size. So every page is equal to the frame size. Now every page will have a offset. So every page will have offset 1, offset 0, offset n-1, where n is the size of the page. So every every block of the process will be having this. So what happens whenever this process wants to be loaded, what we do, we allocate this address to the physical memory. So page 0 is loaded. Suppose the computer finds, or the operating system finds and decides that a page 0 will be loaded at frame number 1. So what will happen, in the page table we have index, that is page number 0, 1, 2, and 3, and against each page number we enter the frame number to which that page has been allocated. So what happens, page 0 is loaded on frame number 1, so against 0 index in the page table we will enter 1. Similarly, page number 1 is loaded into frame number 4. So in front of index 1, we load 4 in the page table. Similarly, page number 2 is loaded in frame number 3, and page number 3 is loaded in frame number 7. That you can see clearly from the given figure. So this is how a paging model works. So every page, every process is divided into fixed size pages, and size of each page is equal to the size of the frames on the memory. And whenever a process needs to be loaded, these pages may be loaded to the non-contiguous memory locations. But what we have to do is we have to maintain the page table here to just to show that following page number is loaded in the particular frame number. So this is how it works. So now once we have done that, we have to decide how the addresses are decided, how the addresses are translated from the logical address space to the physical address space. So in this case, if you know, so any suppose we have suppose I say the size of the logical address space is 2 raised to power m. 2 raised to power m is the size of the logical address. That means the length of the logical address is n bits. Sorry, m bits. So length of the logical address is m bits. m bits का एड्रेस है हमारे पास लॉजिकल, तो टोटल एड्रेसेस कितने होंगे 2 रेज टू पावर m, और इसीलिए हम कहते हैं कि लॉजिकल एड्रेस स्पेस का साइज जो है वो 2 रेज टू पावर m है, क्योंकि यूजिंग m बिट हमारे पास 2 की पावर m लोकेशंस हो सकते हैं. ठीक है. सो आफ्टर दिस व्हाट हैपेंस नाउ, अब हमारा लॉजिकल एड्रेस स्पेस जो कि m बिट का है, तो व्हाट हैपेंस, these m bits of logical address space are divided into two parts. The first part is called page number and the second part is called offset. So the page number is used to index the page number in the page table, and the offset is used to index the distance from the base address of the frame to get the exact location of the instruction or page of the program. So how we decide what will be P and what will be D? So for a m bit address, if the logical address is of m size and we have decided that the page will be of 2 raised to power n size, so for a logical address space 2 raised to power m and a page size of 2 raised to power n. So what we do out of this m bit of logical address, so this is m bit of logical address, out of this the upper m minus n bits will be used as a page number and the lower n bits will be used as a frame number. For example, suppose I say the logical address space is of size 2 raised to power 2, sorry 2 raised to power 4. If it is of size 2 raised to the power 4 and the page size or the frame size is 2 raised to power 2. If it is something like that, so if the logical address space is 2 raised to power 4, so what will happen? The size, the number of bits in the logical address will be 4. So it will be something like this: 0, 0, 0, and 1. So this is a logical address. Now what we do, out of these 4 bits, the 2 bits, that is n, will be 2 here. So the first top m minus 2 bits, m is 4 minus 2 is 2, so the higher order 2 bits will be used as page number. So this is what a P is. This is what a P is, and the lower order, that means n bits, they will be used as offset in the program. So this is how we decide. So if you are having a logical address of 2 raised to power 10 and a page size of 2 raised to power 5, so higher order 5 bits of the logical address will be used as a page number and the lower order 5 bits of the logical address will be used as a page offset. So this is how the address are translated in this scenario. And this is the architecture. What happens now? What happens is CPU generates an address. Suppose a CPU generates an address, and that address is a logical address is divided into two parts: the page number and the offset. Now, in order to search an address, what we do, we pick up the page number, we go into the page table and find out index for that page number. That index will give a frame number, and using that frame number we can add the offset to that frame number, and we will reach that particular memory allocation. How this physical address is calculated? Now suppose the page size is what we do, we pick up the frame number from here, and then we multiply this frame number with the page size and add the offset value. This offset value D is added here, and that will give the exact memory address. For example, suppose I am having a 4-bit address space. So I am having a 4-bit address space, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in this we are having 0, 0, 1, 1. So this is the logical address. And if I say the page size or the frame size is 2 bytes. The frame size is 2 bytes. That means, 4 bytes. That is 2 raised power 2. So what happens? These higher order 2 bits will be used for a page offset. So it will be page offset P, and these lower order 2 bits will be used as the higher order will be page number, and this will be used as the page offset. Now what is this? This is address or logical address 3. So logical address 3, if you decide for a page size of 4 bytes, so the logical address 3 will be divided into two components, that is page number 0 and offset number 3. That is this is what happens, page number 0 and offset number 3. Now how it is calculated? What we do, we search for page number 0 in the page table, and suppose page number 0 is located in frame number 5 here. So if it is located in frame number 5, so what will happen? We'll keep page size is 4, frame number is 5, so 5 into 4 is 20, and the offset is 3. So here block number or the frame number 23 will give the, or here the 23rd byte will be, byte number 23 will be the exact physical address of this particular page. So this is how we calculate, or we calculate the address using a page table. So this is all about paging, to basic paging method in today's lecture, and in next video we will take some examples on paging and we'll complete this topic. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.